Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I'll be sharing my time with the member for Kings Heath. Mr. Speaker, I am honoured to rise today for the first time to properly introduce myself as the proud Member of Parliament for Spadina Harbourfront. To my constituents, thank you for trusting me. In thousands of conversations during the campaign, you shared your stories, hopes, and worries. I carry these voices with me every single day and will make sure that when decisions are made in this chamber, your voice is in the room, and I am at the center of all that I do. To the volunteers and my team who gave up evenings, weekends, and braved the unpredictable April weather, thank you. You proved what we can achieve when we come together with purpose and a love for this great country. To my husband, Ian, thank you for being my champion, grounding me in my values, and always being my home. To my boys, Sam and Ellis, the work I do each day is driven by my desire to create a better future for you, and this does not mean a bill for unlimited screen time. As I stand in this chamber, I'm reminded of the first time I walked through these doors in 2001, over 20 years ago. I had just launched McGill University's Women in House program because I believed more women deserved a seat right here in this house. Aujourd'hui,
Today, I sit in a caucus made up of nearly 40% women. We've made real progress on dental care, childcare, pharmacare, and programs that invest in our communities.
I learned the power of collaboration as a parliamentary intern, learning from Libby Davies and the Honourable Sheila Copps, and became a young staffer to former Minister Carolyn Bennett, who taught me that good leaders ask good questions. These lessons guide me now, because real solutions start when you listen and build with people at the center. I'm the daughter of Vietnamese immigrants. My family's story, like so many across this country, began with hope. They left Vietnam dreaming of safety, dignity, and opportunity for their children. They worked hard, they sacrificed. They built a life in a country that promised not only refuge, but belonging. And like so many newcomers, they gave back more than they ever took. Here, they found a home, a community that cared, and a government compassionate enough to act, a government ready to invest in people, to build public systems, and to make sure that no one got left behind. I grew up running through the parks of Spadina Harbourfront, shopping on Queen West, finding hidden gems in our local restaurants. Now I raise my boys, Sam and Alice, in the same community. I want them to grow up in a country where equity is not charity, it is strategy. When we widen the circle of opportunity, we grow the economy for everyone. The values that define Canada, fairness, opportunity, diversity, demand that when one of us struggles, we all step up. Malgré.
But families are struggling to find affordable housing. The cost of groceries is skyrocketing, and wages aren't keeping pace with inflation. The reckless U.S. tariffs and the political whims of others threaten our sovereignty and our jobs.
Canada, I want to leave to my kids. My mandate from Spadina Harbourfront is clear. Build an economy that works for everyone by putting equity at its heart. This is why I'm proud to be serving as part of this new Liberal government. Affordable childcare is economic infrastructure. For every dollar we invest, the return is measured in parents, especially mothers, re-entering the labor force, businesses gaining skilled talent, and children gaining lifelong advantages. Our government's $10 a day childcare program is one of the most transformational policies in decades. Equity builds our economy. When more women can work, GDP rises, tax revenues grow, and families thrive. Every parent knows that childcare isn't a luxury, it's infrastructure. It's what makes everything else possible. If we want to build a resilient, thriving Canada, we must start with the people who are raising our future generations. That means making sure families have not just support, but stability, starting with a roof over their heads. Housing is more than real estate, it is belonging. In ridings like Spadina Harbourfront, the crisis is urgent. It affects families, seniors, students, and newcomers. And it demands bold, coordinated national leadership. That's why our government has committed to doubling the pace of housing construction, a truly transformational, generational ambition.
We believe that housing is a human right and not just a market commodity.
Isn't enough. People need to be able to move, to connect, and to thrive in the communities they call home. Accessible, climate-smart transit connects people to work, school, healthcare, and to each other. When we talk about nation building, we must mean more than roads and towers. Let's build homes people can afford. Let's build transit systems that reflect the future we want to live in. equity builds our economy, every home built generates local jobs, every transit line unlocks new markets and new opportunities. Mr. Speaker, I may be new to this chamber, but I am not new to this work. We are at a crossroads, and this is a moment that demands courage, care, and clarity. I know the road ahead won't be easy, but I didn't come here for easy. I came here to build Canada strong. I came here to make an impact. Let's continue to all work together to fight against the unjust tariffs and to make sure that we are taking clear steps to make life more affordable for Spadina Harbourfront residents and all Canadians. Merci, Monsieur.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Questions and comments? Question et commentaire. The honourable member for Mission, Matsqui, Abbotsford.
Well, thank you, Mr. Speaker, and I'd like to congratulate the member from Spadina Harbourfront on her first remarks in this House of Commons. We share one thing in common. We were both former parliamentary interns. I welcome her to the House of Commons. I would encourage her to use her voice in this chamber. And the Liberal Party has a tradition of allowing the member from Winnipeg North to disproportionately take up all the time. So my encouragement to her is to stand up and we hear less from the member from Winnipeg North. Thank you. Now, Mr. Speaker, so far the government has tabled C2, C3, C4, and C5. Today we hear from the government that they're going to spend billions upon billions dollars more on defense. We are also facing the reality that the Liberal budget misallocated over $20 billion in their fiscal projections on what this government would be collecting on tariffs. So my question is, amidst all the uncertainty, amidst the major defense spending commitments, why hasn't this government committed to tabling a budget this spring in this session to give Canadians clarity?
The honourable member for Spadina Harbourfront.
Thank the colleague across for the thoughtful question and congratulate him on his past experience as an intern, and glad to join you in these ranks. Mr. Speaker, our government is working hard to make sure that we are doing our homework and we are prepared for a very thoughtful budget process in the fall after we have continued on the fantastic work of putting out legislation that is going to help Canadians today. A middle-class tax cut for 22 million Canadians, eliminating the GST for first-time homebuyers on new homes valued up to $1 million, and removing the consumer carbon price from law. These are measures and actions that we are taking now, immediately, to support Canadians in the moment. Thank you very much.
Question et commentaire. L'honourable député de...
The honourable member for Laurentides-Labelle. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Well, first of all, I'd like to congratulate our new colleague opposite. And my question is, when we talk about duties and responsibilities, about what's important for a government to do, well, the top priority, the first responsibility, would she agree, is it not, first and foremost, to table a budget?
The honourable member for Spadina Harbourfront.
Mr. Speaker, I thank the colleague for the fantastic question. Again, I will reiterate that we are doing our work and preparing thoughtfully with the estimates and work that's required to make sure that when we bring the budget forward in the fall, it has the right figures. There are many things at play at this particular challenging time, and after we do that work, we will be here in the House to defend and make sure that we table the numbers as appropriate.
Questions and comments. The Honourable Deputy Government House Leader.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I would also like to congratulate my honourable colleague for taking her seat in this House. We're very excited as a woman who's been a champion for other women. I know that she spoke highly of the childcare benefit that we offer to many women across the country, the dental care, and many other measures that are in our budget, Mrs. Speaker, and things that we've tabled here in this House to make sure that women across the country are taken care of. Can she expand a little bit on that, the impact that she sees that it's going to have on people in her riding, and how it is fun to her as a woman who's been a strong champion for other women? Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
The honourable member for Spadina Harbourfront.
Thank you very much to my colleague for the thoughtful question. I care deeply about the issues of making sure that we have the right infrastructure in place for our communities. This is what I heard about at the doors with many young parents and family members thinking about their path and how they were going to build the childcare that is required in our communities. Among that, we have firmed up our childcare program. Seeing those commitments in place makes my heart sing as a mom of 2 boys. And we continue to do other investments in programs like expanding the dental care. these are components of how we build the infrastructure that support and grow our economy, and it's the kind of thing that I'm very proud of as a Liberal member of Parliament.
Here, here. Questions, comments? The honourable member for Barrie South Innisfil. Very brief.
Mr. Speaker, the honourable member just said something very interesting, that they're going to table a budget in the fall so that they have the right figures. The right figures. Don't they have the right figures now to table a budget now? Doesn't that make any sense?
Honourable member for Spadina Harbourfront.
I thank my colleague for the fantastic question. They're all fantastic questions. I love being in the House. I want to say that the work to make sure those estimates are accurate, there are numbers changing rapidly with the pressure points as we are in conversation around responding to the tariffs and as other elements are playing an impact in our global community. So that work is underway, and we are delighted to come forward with that when the time is right, as we've done our homework, and make sure that we can share this appropriately in the fall.
Moving debate, we're pleased to hear that. The Honourable Parliamentary Secretary to the Prime Minister.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. It's always a privilege to be able to stand here in this place, but particularly on opposition days. I know the member from Winnipeg North enjoys it, so do I,